Hi everyone, welcome to another video. It's been a while. So this is Ky'vesa, question mark. As you can see, I use Brann as a healer with a couple of more defensive curios because damage isn't really an issue now in the second week. Yeah, so here's the talents. General, single target, Slayer Fury. Taken some of the healing talents because of the ramping damage that goes on. I'm playing similar build to Raid with Frenzied Enrage rather than Powerful Enrage. And when I came in to do this, it'd been a while. I hopped in and it was set to the wrong difficulty. So yeah, I did it on question mark first, but I'm not going to show that. I'll give you a quick look at my gear before we start. So this is my gear, 705 item level. Kind of cheated not doing it in the first week, but yeah, it's standard Fury. I got lucky with some gear blasting out Mythic Plus with a nice pacemaker and a sack root there. So deaths, here's a few deaths. Lines are nasty. That was probably the least thing I died to. Now this, the guessing game, the shell game, when I came back to do this again after like a week and a half of my first attempts that I just gave up on, I was so bad at this. I died maybe 5 or 6 times from the guessing game. And now we have spiky shadow dudes. As you can see there, I'm sure you've all died to that. Tiny bit off on the angle, bit jittery with the movement, and they're overlapping shadows. Never good when they stack on each other. It's always hard to see where they're coming from. What goes on here? Oh yeah, just bad positioning again. And this is the kill. So I will give like a little bit of a talk through. I was super zoned in for this one. I'll give you a few tips as we're going through. So here you want to spell reflect. You should see there, yeah, reflected nether rift. You can reduce a bit of the damage during that phase with a nice little spell reflect. There you can see, after about half an hour of practice, I stopped being so jittery with the stabby shadow people that she spawns. Just using everything off cooldown, not really lining anything off. During this phase, I started just stop pressing DPS buttons a lot of the time, just so I could completely zone in and focus on the spiky shadow snipers. Here, the technique that I was using was I wasn't focusing specifically on the shadow that you need to follow. I was clocking its position and then just staring at the middle of the screen. And for some reason that worked for me. I was able to like follow it quite well in the end, just doing it that way. So that's a bit of a tip. And if you're struggling to see which one is actually Ky'vesa during this, during the shadow shell game, just pay attention as soon as it starts, because there'll be a space with no shadow in, and that's the one that she'll jump into, and that'll be the one that you need to follow. This is absolutely not a DPS race, it's just a pure mechanics check, so don't get too hung up on the damage meters as you're doing this. You just need to execute everything perfectly. You don't want to take too long because her damage sort of ramps up, but yeah, mechanics are more important. You will get one shot by absolutely everything in this fight. Pure confidence there after the dreadful attempts at shell game earlier on. So this is at the point now where things start getting serious. Getting below 50%, it's the home straight. You've put a bit of effort in already. This is where it starts to feel really bad, when you're making it past 50 and then you die. So it's super important to lock in for these 180s. Spiky Shadow Assassin gadgets. We're slowly chipping away at her. I think it's a her. Is it her? What's her name? Nexus Princess, right, yeah. You never know. You never know these days. So we're nailing the shadows. Not too twitchy. Originally when I did this, my plater had huge frames, a huge name frame over Brann's head, which was like an affix. And I feel like blade storming at the wrong time in this is also kind of an affix. Like if you blade storm during the purple death ray lines, then it's really hard to see where you're standing. And also my weak aura here. That sudden death weak aura, that can be quite off-putting as well. So yeah, you can, if you want, remove or disable any weak auras like that before it, because optimizing your optimizing the use of your abilities is not really the most important thing about this fight. Sub 20% now. Things are getting a bit nervous. We're getting a bit twitchy here. This would be a terrible time to screw things up, but we're locked in. Spiky dagger, shadow people, nailed. The home straight is here. I've got quite an unlucky spawn there, but I don't know how I survived that one. So yeah, this was a bit sketchy. I thought I'd actually lost it on this one, which was a bit worrying, but my mind was just playing tricks on me, and we nailed it. Sub 10%. The final burn. This evil one-shotting witch is about to take her last breath. So we're just popping everything when it comes off cooldown. This is a nice phase to occur when you're at about this percentage because it's free. Just pop spell reflect. You can see my health isn't even moving. And there we go. She's dead. Laser, shadowy, assassin, stabby lady is gone. And delve bosses for this expansion are complete. I hope this is kind of useful. And good luck with your attempt.